Hi, everyone. Thanks for joining us today. Welcome to our webinar. We're going to be talking about a new release today, version 7.0 of the current Wear suite. My name is Ryan. I'll be your host today, and I'm here alongside Michael, who's one of our technical specialists on the current Wear team. I'm sure for many of our customers on the line today, you've worked with him quite closely in the past, and great part of the team. Happy to have him with us today. So what we're going to get into today is just a quick overview of version 7.0 and some of the features that we've released. We'll go through a demo of those features. So we'll get Mike to kind of showcase the tool, walk through some of the new features and how they work. We'll talk a little bit about some of the upcoming features that are coming in future releases, and then we'll have some time for Q&A. So we did release version 7.0 on the 23rd of February. So just a couple of weeks ago, and we're hosting this webinar just to go in more detail. So I think the biggest update that we've made is this AccessPatrol dashboard that we've announced and released. Makes it a lot easier to visualize what AccessPatrol is blocking and protecting against, and gives you a lot more insight into how things are working in real time. A lot of custom ways to kind of snip this data to tailor it to what you need to see. And we're really proud of this addition, and it's something that a lot of you have been asking for. So we're really excited to have been able to roll this out for you in the 7.0 release. Other updates that we've made beyond the dashboards. So, these dashboards easily allow you to review file operations, USB device usage, access activity from USBs, and then, monitor file transfers to portable storage devices. We've also rolled out the ability to block or allow Bluetooth audio. So things such as headphones and microphones, we're allowing you to block or allow those types of things. And that's an update that a couple customers asked for that we're happy to roll out. Other enhancements, we've rolled out the ability to produce alerts for idle time in BrowseReporter. So you can get an optional email alert when a computer has been active or inactive for a set amount of time. It's great for looking at productivity, log on, log off, and just seeing breaks in the day and if they're of any concern. And then quality of life improvements. So that means new user operator permissions and improved desktop and screenshot performance. Also rolling out some bug fixes there. So also want to share that we're now fully compatible with Windows 11. So to talk about some of those in more detail, I want to hand it over to Mike so he can jump into a quick demo to showcase some of this in more detail. And after that, we'll have some Q&A.
Thanks, Ryan. Hey, everyone. I'm just going to hop into the demo now. So here we can see the data dashboard. We have the AccessPatrol ability to see all your file operations on the handy dashboard. So here we have the ability to go through your file operations, see what's going on, see what's getting blocked, what's getting allowed, and it's going to give you your top used devices, most active file types. Some similar with our BrowseReporter, the top fives. Here we have the top 5 file operations and top 5 device activities, as in which devices or which groups of devices are using peripherals the most. And here we can see there's a lot of activity getting blocked from like our computer groups, our administrator groups. And then very simple, you can come over here and dig deeper into your files. You can see copied, created, deleted, others that are getting moved. All of these helpful information to see kind of top 5 to give you a very detailed scope of what's going on with your organization, rather than having to run reports and being able to go directly into computers or into users, very granular level. Next, we have AccessPatrol device permissions for Bluetooth. Here you can see in the device permissions in the web console for Bluetooth, we have the allow audio only option now. So this is great for users who want to make sure that their file transfers are blocked and only are getting, your end users are only using Bluetooth for something like speakers or headphones. Just an extra layer of security that a lot of customers were definitely asking about. So we've added that for everyone here. Next, we have the BrowseReporter idle alerts, very popular and well requested feature. So here we come into the regular email alerts right here. Go set up a new alert. Here you can see you'll put in the alert name to the email you want it to get sent to. Select idle. Here you're going to select which days you care about if your users are idle. So if it's a regular work week, you might want Monday to Friday. You can choose work hours. All of these are group-based, computer-based, so you can have different alerts for different users if they are working different schedules. So we'll just do a regular 9 to 5. If you want an alert every single time a user is going idle during the day, leave this unchecked. If you only want to see one alert, maybe you only care if the user is going idle once, and then you can investigate further with BrowseReporter reports. Then you could just select this option right here. Choose how long you want it to set before you get a idle alert. So maybe something like an hour might be a good answer, just to make sure that your users are at work, they're not going out to like Costco or something during the workday. And then just choose your groups. And then you save your alert and you're already set up. And then just give you a quick example of what that alert would look like. So you receive an email. It'll give you the nice browse reporter, what it was sent by, what the alert name was, what computer and what user were logged in, and then the schedule and the start time of when they went idle and how long they were idle for. And that's the features added in 7.0.
Thank you so much for that demo, Mike. Those are the existing features that we rolled out, and now I want to share some upcoming features that we have coming in, some future releases. So tracking and blocking file downloads and uploads from browsers and applications like Dropbox and Google Drive. We want to get increasingly better at helping you protect your ecosystem and your secure environments. So being able to do this with Dropbox and Google Drive from the browsers is great. Enhancing the allowed and blocked list with a full URL filtering and blocking embedded content. So that's pretty self-explanatory. A search option to more easily find a specific PC or user when in the selection window. So rather than using the dropdown from the folder view, just being able to type in a specific user's name or a specific PC or device will make it a lot easier to find that specific user. And then for AccessPatrol, then we're potentially rolling out management of VPN connections there. So those are all coming up soon, and we're excited to roll those out. Now we'll jump into a short Q&A. So we had some questions that came in earlier via email, and if there are any other questions, feel free to ask in the chat window, and we'll get to them after. So the first question I see here is, can you please explain how two-factor authentication will work when launched? This is an important security feature that our team's interested in. Okay, great. So we've built a UI that connects to Google Authenticator. So just downloading the Google Authenticator app from Android or Apple's App Store, and then once it props on the screen, scanning a QR code on the screen with your phone is all you need to do. Obviously, there are other providers that allow you to integrate with Google Authenticator, and we'll share more about that when it comes. Second question, I guess Mike can take this one, I'll ask it though. I'm interested in using a cloud setup for currentware. Can you please give me an overview of how to set that up for our organization? Can we use any of the big cloud providers?
Yeah, that's a good question. Currentware is completely cloud capable. So you can stick Currentware server install on any of the main instance providers. So something like Amazon AWS, Microsoft Azure, Google Cloud would be the main ones. And we have all the setup details for that on our website.
And third question, I have AccessPatrol, but don't have access to the web dashboards. How can I get access to that? Do I need to upgrade? Yeah, so that's a great question. We shared the AccessPatrol dashboard visual earlier on in the presentation in the webinar. So upgrading to our web console, some of our customers are still on a perpetual license. So upgrading to a web console will give you access to these beautiful dashboards, and get in touch with our support team if you want to see how they work or get more detail on those. But we're happy to share more info about them with you afterwards. A couple of other questions that came in via chat. maybe Mike, this one's for you. What's the minor version release schedule? So is there a routine published, or how do we share the release schedule?
Yeah. So with the releases, generally we will have a release every quarter. As for the specific versions, minor and major versions, generally the first release of the year is going to be a major version number. So from 6.0 to 7.0, next year will be 7.0 to 8.0. But in between then, every release during the quarters will be like 7.0.1, 7.0.2. See, the next one we have here is, how does currentware integrate or conflict with endpoint manager controls? Is there a matrix we can use to determine which system is the best to enforce policy? So that, I'm assuming we're referring to something like Intune, as in AccessPatrol relation. So realistically, Intune is much more high level, where AccessPatrol gives you a lot of granularity, and there are much more detailed reports available, as well as the dashboard. Next one is another technical question here. We have, are alert emails requiring legacy authentication, like through SMTP? So with the email settings that we have currently within the web console setup, essentially you're setting up the email relay through SMTP emails. So either Office 365 or Gmail. But once those are set up, essentially it's just sending the email through, just like if you were getting email reports or something along those lines. We have done some backend upgrades to our SMTP. So the client itself is updated for Microsoft recommended SMTP setup.
We have a question from Jason. Can you elaborate more on URL filtering? We are currently using OpenDNS Cisco Umbrella. Will this be a direct replacement?
That's a good question, Jason. So OpenDNS, like the system, the Cisco Umbrella, I believe that is one of the main competitors that actually we have a lot of end users and administrators come over for, as a current usage, where they'll come over and actually use browse control just because they prefer the settings, the granularity, and all the detailed digging into that you can do based with browse control, and have it set up with BrowseReporter to be able to get a really detailed information about what's going on within the organization and what needs to be blocked.
So one more question from Joshua. Does Browser Tracker v7 better merge computer activity and browser activity? Mike, I guess that's for you as well.
Great, I think I understand the question here. With the BrowseReporter, essentially you're getting a full breakdown of the computer activity based on their applications and all their browser activity based on their sites visited, things along those lines, especially with the dashboard, which we added back in 6.02, if you are still running an older version. It is extremely updated to the point where you can get really detailed information based on the dashboard with a lot of visual graphs, easy to export PDF or CSV files. Or you also have the ability to still use some of those granular reports that we have based off the category, sites visited, or the application usage. In the next version, 7.0.1, we are going to be adding some productivity reports based off the actual application usage. So that's something that you'll be able to look forward to in 7.0.1. And that will give you a better understanding when you're looking at productivity reports of not just their web browsing productivity, but also of their application productivity. When will 6.0 stop being updated / patched? And that one's from Phil here. So essentially, as a current customer, as you have licenses, you're always able to upgrade to the newest version. It's not that we're rolling out, it's just our updates are done based on those versions. It's not so much like we're doing in-version upgrades, it's just we're advancing to the next version every time we do an upgrade.
Awesome. Thank you, everyone. We're also going to share some information for our customers who are enjoying their time here to leave a review on the Capterra website, and we're going to give some rewards to folks who leave a review with some gift cards. So we're really excited about that. So we'll share that following up later today with the recording, and appreciate all of you joining us, and enjoy your afternoon. Thank you.
I'm going to follow up with another couple questions just to make sure that I did answer their question properly. And if you do have any other questions, feel free to always reach out to us at support@currentware.com. Otherwise, our phone number is listed on our website. You can always contact us there. All right. Thanks everyone for your time.